Welcome, I'm Richard and this is the Virtual Classroom Coach, your channel to discover and share everything you need to know about virtual classrooms and more. Now in this video we're going to be discovering how you can pre-assign participants in breakout rooms in Zoom. So before we jump in, if you want to be an expert in design and delivery of live online learning, such as virtual classrooms or online workshops, then press that big red subscribe button without delay. Now, breakout rooms in Zoom are a brilliant way to add instant interactivity to your virtual classrooms. They encourage peer-to-peer learning, group collaboration, and well, they can even provide you with a bit of a break for a while as well. The only thing is, traditionally, they could be a bit tricky to set up. You know, you're already live with your participants, you're concentrating on facilitating, you're operating slides, and you're navigating Zoom. But that was the only way to do it once upon a time. But the great news is you can now create breakout rooms in advance. Yes, and you can pre-assign the participants as well. This is a huge step forward for Zoom. Learners often say how much they enjoy breakouts, but as online facilitators, we can be put off by the tech. So at least we can now do some of that legwork in advance, in the tranquility of our own space and time. But before we dive into the how-to, here's some really important stuff you really need to know. So number one, you must have breakout rooms enabled in your settings. Number two, the host must be using the desktop client of Zoom, either on a Mac or Windows computer, 5.3 or above. Number three, the participants must use a desktop client or a mobile app to be pre-assigned. Number four, participants must sign in to their Zoom account with the email address which they provided you with. Now, it's all pretty basic stuff, therefore easy to achieve. However, should a participant join without satisfying this criteria, you can manually add them to one of the breakouts in the moment. Now, to be fair, I once had to create breakout rooms for 120 people before pre-assigning was even possible. It was mammoth. In fact, I had to enlist 4 other co-hosts to assist. It was nail-biting though. So to have to mop up 1 or 2 in this way would be no big deal in comparison. Great news is as well, Zoom can handle up to 200 pre-assignments in breakout rooms. Let's take a look. Just to remind you, this is where you'd ensure breakout rooms were enabled in your accounts. We're on the web portal of Zoom. We go to Account Management and then Account Settings. Head to the Breakout Rooms option on the Meetings tab and ensure it's on or toggle it on right here. And just as important, ensure there's a tick in Allow Host to assign participants to breakout rooms when scheduling. Done. Now we're ready to schedule our first meeting with breakout rooms and pre-assigned participants. Now to do this you have a choice. You can create the meeting in the desktop client, but you would then have to add the pre-assignment details by picking up the meeting from within the Zoom web portal and editing it there. Or you can just do it all within the web portal, and that's the method I'm going to choose. Click on Meetings and Schedule a Meeting. And in the Meeting Options section, select Breakout Room Pre-assign and click Plus Create Rooms. A new window opens like this, and this is where you can build your rooms and pre-assign participants. Let's start with the rooms, and to do that we just select the plus sign, next to rooms. Let's make 3. To work with a breakout room, highlight it first in the left-hand column so it turns blue. This then makes it active in the main column next door. Now you can rename the room if you wish by hovering over the room name and selecting the appearing pencil icon to edit. The participants box is where you can input email addresses of the participants in order to add them to the room. If you work for an organisation, you may find that just by beginning to type in a colleague's name, their details may well pre-populate for you. Depends how your organisation has set up the accounts. Or you can just manually type in the email addresses instead. Now let's say you want to delete a participant or even move them to another room. Easy. Just hover over an email address for those options to appear. Remember to press save and then you're done. Rooms pre-built and participants pre-allocated. And as you can see, you can always edit this further, such as add, remove participants or rooms by editing the scheduled meeting. Easy. Now let's show you another way you can add rooms and participants. For this, first you create an Excel document. As you can see, column 1 has the room numbers and column 2 is the confirmed attendees' email addresses. So this is a sort of document you might be updating as you get more positive confirmations arrive in your inbox. Then when you're ready, you simply save this as a CSV file. And this time, instead of manually inputting rooms and participants' email addresses like I did before, choose Import from CSV File. And here you can drag and drop the CSV file or browse to find it. It's just as easy as that. The rooms and names pre-populate. To remind you, there's a limit of 200 participants and 50 rooms. And don't forget to press save on the main event. That's it. All that usual heavy work normally done live in a virtual classroom has now been pre-completed, meaning you can just get on with the show and be there fully for your participants. Results. So have you seen my other Zoom how-to videos? Why not check them out right now? And also there's lots of other content on how you can become an expert in virtual classroom delivery. Press that big red subscribe button right now and you'll be the first to know when new content lands. But until then, as always, thanks so much for watching.